Morning. It's Friday, September 17th, and the United States and the United Kingdom and Australia have announced a pact of some sort. This pact is called AUKUS, AUKUS, Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And this pact has pissed off France. And this pact is aimed at curtailing some of China's activities in the South China Seas and in the seas in general. This is a historic security pact. The U.S. will help Australia build nuclear submarines. And that's what has France pissed off, because France had a deal to sell 12 submarines to Australia. But I don't know if they were nuclear subs. And obviously, this also pissed off China, because they recognize the fact that this agreement, this pact, is aimed at them. China came out and said, this agreement is extremely irresponsible. We condemn it. This pact also includes an agreement with the U.S. to provide artificial intelligence and other technologies to Australia. So when you look at this is one of the biggest defense partnerships in decades. And obviously, it's aimed at curtailing China's activities. I don't know why China is making such a ruckus over this pact. Everybody in the world has been watching them spend huge amounts of money on building up their military. One of the largest military spends in history. It's growing its naval fleet at a huge rate. It's obviously been a bully in many disputed areas, especially in the South China Seas. So our partners, the U.S.'s view now all of a sudden is our partners need to be able to stand on their own ground, and they need help. So this is the pact. This is the result of us taking a positive step. I say it's a very positive step because we're not sending troops. We're just sending expertise. And that's a hell of a lot better way to fight our adversaries than sending troops and men and women to die in foreign places. So I commend them for finding this opportunity and taking advantage of it. And if France is upset, well, we'll have to deal with that. But for the most part, our relationship with France is still pretty good. So this new security pact, which will allow Australia to deploy nuclear-powered submarines in that region, signals to the rest of the world that there has been a shift in strategy and policy across the region. Instead of marching in there with men and machines, we will provide technology and equipment. And the timing of this deal is very significant. It comes so quickly after the end of our 20-year debacle in Afghanistan. And it shows the people in this region that we are still committed to peace and security in that region. And maybe we have recognized the major mistake that we made for 20 years. So this is no simple little signing and away we go. This is a major show to the world that we are still in the game, but that the rules of the game have changed and the methodologies are going to change. And we're moving away from people and lives to technology and intelligence, an entirely different footprint in the fight against whatever the hell we want to fight against. When we look at our partners in this deal, the UK and Australia, both of them are concerned about China's influence, and the UK left the European Union, so they're pretty much standing out there alone, but they're glad to hook up with us in Australia, so this is good for everybody. Enough, it's the submarines that are the most important part of the deal. The nuclear submarine has tremendous defense capabilities and therefore tremendous ramifications in the region. And there are only 6 countries in the world that have nuclear submarines. I never realized that. They have a powerful deterrent capability without giving anybody nuclear weapons. So the inclusion of the nuclear submarines was the key in this deal. The intelligence and the sharing of information and technology is very important too. But the real crux of this deal is the nuclear submarine. And these submarines are not going to be built outside of Australia. They will be built in Adelaide, and they will involve US and UK consultation, heavy consultation with Australia on these submarines. Now, we're not sure where they're going to be deployed. And right now they're talking about 8 submarines. I guess 8 would be considered enough. I have no idea. These submarines are not weapons of destruction. They will not be carrying nuclear weapons or anything like that. These submarines will have superior technology, and they will be able to provide information necessary to manage the effects and influences of things that happen in the region. So this pact has gotten China's attention. And this brings back the memories of a few years ago when we attempted to raise tariffs on China in the hopes of curtailing some of their activities. And that eventually did not work out well, as I recall, and it really didn't get us very far, did it? So maybe this methodology, this very subtle invasion of their space in the region, the knowledge that there will be something out there always watching what's going on, may be more effective than the direct attack of the tariffs. Because after all, China has not openly, but certainly they didn't hide their intentions of becoming the number 1 nation in the world, militarily and economically. So maybe we have taken the first step in joining the combat. Let's hope that this unique partnership works. So I leave you with that this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.